Alright. Let me make sure Groovy is high enough for the stuff to hear.
Groovy, have you smoked a full bowl?
Pop in the track, and away we go. You're listening to session 116 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic Elemental Evil story in the D&D multiverse. My name is Mike, I run this, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hey, my name is Miles. I'm playing Jadakiss Winthrop. He's a human druid.
Hi, I'm Nyx, and I play Bit. She's a backseat monk.
And I'm Kitties, and I play Ren, and she's a Goliath barbarian.
Hello, I'm Senna, and I'm playing Smell the Elven Cleric.
Velia, who is played by Rachel. The character will be there, but Rachel will be not here this evening. But she'll be back at least a couple more times. With that out of the way, when we last left Gordon's task force, belly deep in the water, Jadakiss, Bit, Ren, Velia, and Stoneflame finish the battle with the gibbering Kuatoa. Snow, meanwhile, standing on a platform of ice, thanks to her power. Stoneflame notes aloud, pointing to the idol in the room, that this is where the vision placed his promised weapon. He also notes that the large, ornate double doors were not present in his vision. The party decides to forge on beyond the double doors, with Snow opening them. They find a stairway leading up with an altar placed in the middle of the flight, a Kuatoa priest engaging in some kind of rite. On the landing above the stairway, the top half of a watery orb, like the kind that Gar brought about in Rolid, was visible. The priest spoke with a tone of warning to the party, but they pressed in and the priest attacked, casting spells at the group. As GTF advanced in, more Kuatoa warriors sprang from the water, filling the stairway with a scrum. After the exchange of edge and magic, the Kuatoa lay dead in the water below, and the party advanced to the landing. The orb of water had a strange look to it, like the water itself was viscous and slimy. Inside the orb, there were two swimming silhouettes of horrid squid-like humanoids, along with other floating objects. Snow could tell that this was not the water portal they'd come to destroy, but set about dispelling its magic with the power of Auril. When she did, the water fell onto the floor, splashing about, leaving the two horrid creatures scrambling on the stone among the mess of coinage and a strange implement. The two creatures attacked immediately, using tridents with curved tines, and an attack dealing a significant amount of psychic damage, leaving their target with a weakened mental defense for a brief moment. The party put the creatures down swiftly, however Ren was disturbed greatly by them. They collect treasure from the slimy magic water vault, many platinum coins, electrum, and a strange rod with tentacles at its head. It had a certain psychic broadcast that allowed anyone that picked it up to learn that this implement provided a convenient means to traverse up and down the waterfalls present in the water node. Jadakiss picked it up and decided to attune to it. Meanwhile, the party took another breather. Ren further looted the room, and Snow recast the water walk spell. Once dry, thanks to prestidigitation, and ready, the party leaves this room the way they came and goes to explore the stairs that were visible in the chamber with the Kuatoa idol. Meanwhile, Jadakiss sends his still present sharks down a different path, and they return with rough bruises and bite marks, indicating something nasty down that way. Jadakiss dismisses them. Up the mentioned stairway, Gordon's task force comes across an unnerving sight. A black dragonborn man sunk to his shoulders in a pit of slimy, viscous water, his scales giving way to the same white, rubbery hide as the two creatures the party had fought an hour earlier. His demeanor unaware of the world around him and feverish. Snow cast Lesser Restoration on the man. This did not restore him, but allowed for the man to become lucid. The party learned that this was Elxor, captain of the Entau, one of the 5 crewmates that first mate Darchin reported were drowned in the cult layer above. It became clear that those crewmates may not have been killed, but were brought here and converted into those creatures. Ren realized with horror that those creatures they killed may very well have been once members of the Intel's crew, their entire identities annihilated. Elxor mentions something named Yanukuglub, then returns to his muddled state. And as the rest of the party begins to deliberate on what to do with him, Ren ends Elxor's life. Ren and Stoneflame spend a few minutes kneeling near his body in silent respect and grief. With the road ahead darkened by the implications of the corrupted creatures, Gordon's task force presses on into the cavern that Chadicus's sharks scouted, on their toes and ready. In this cavern, more carnage glimmered in the shallow water, but as Ren approached, a large tendril reached from the darkness and restrained her. The party slowly advanced on the roper at the other end of the cave, but it managed to fling Ren over the waterfall before it was put down. In the chamber below, more cultists joined the fight from tall rock outcrops. Eventually, the rest of the party joined Ren, and the 2 cult warriors and the chulls hiding in the water were dealt with. It is midday. A flame rolled a 6th, with 3 hours and 40 minutes or so of time remaining on the Triton drowned before it is pulled back to the ziggurats in the cult nexus. Gordon's task force stands on the surface of the water in a dim chamber deep within the water node. Let me bring you guys there, and then do a little shifting. And also, Stoneflame kind of takes a couple of steps still under the power of the water walk spell. He walks over to the cavern near the waterway, and he puts his hand on the rough stone, and he says, "You know, I think I could actually climb this." And then he looks at Chadicus and says, "But that tentacle thing seems very convenient." He then looks to Ren and the rest of you. What do you do?
Have we explored the rest of this area? I don't know if there's anything beyond this, or just dead-ended.
Not to my knowledge.
I suppose I'll look down the cavern path and I'll turn back to them and say, yes, we can return up the waterfall if you wish, but isn't there more to explore this direction?
We are already down here. We shall go.
Well, before you can see another waterfall with the slope of the cavern going ever downward. Snow, as you step there, you start to feel the pool.
Ren grabs her cape. Careful.
Are you going to remain there, in that space? Have we lost you? Oh, no, we haven't. Okay. So yeah, you can see below you, basically, now that you're aware of it, you can see how the water here is mostly stable, but then it has this sort of quick movement where it suddenly, zooms toward the waterfall and then falls down.
How far down is the waterfall?
Can't really tell from where you are.
Can I command the staff to make tentacle bridge?
You can.
I will do so.
Okay, give me a second here. Have to. Hold on a tick. Okay. So you tap the wall with the tentacle rod, and the stairway or the tentacle escalator erupts out of the wall, or out of the water, and just kind of wiggles there, ready to accept you.
I'll walk forward.
Did you say something, Sina?
Wasn't me.
Okay. I heard something quiet, and I was worried that it was you and that we were losing you. I was like, oh no. Okay. No, that's not gonna happen. Okay. Alright. Group you up. Stone Flame, as always, will take the lead. And I need to move a thing. Okay. You land softly. And you see an island rises from a dark lake at the epicenter of three roaring waterfalls that you can hear off in the distance. Flutes of rose, ivory, and lavender coral fringe the island, and above the island floats a gigantic, shimmering globe of water. The ambient light reveals the cavern ceiling, 80 feet above the island, and hung with countless stalactites. Snow, you feel a shiver run through you. And you can also see that creature within your dark vision. And when you exit the escalator, it turns its attention toward you.
Can I recognize that it's a water elemental of some sort?
Yes,
Or
you
are
can.
you talking about this one?
I am talking about that one, but you do see the water elemental as well.
I motion to everybody that we've got company in these directions over here.
Take him down, yes.
I imagine they won't let us pass otherwise.
Then let's do this. And I'm trying it.
Hold on a second. Don't declare an action quite yet. I have to add a track that... What the... Oh, damn it. Didn't mean to do that. Remove 5. Remove 6. I mean...
So, before anything happens,
Yeah.
Ren looks at Snow, and then she just wraps her arms around her and starts humming and rocking.
Are you like wrapping your...
She's doing a thing, actually.
I'm doing a thing.
Snow sort of like pats her arms.
She runs back and does the same thing to Chaticus.
Both of you feel a sort of a glow. A warmth that kind of lingers as Ren backs from the embrace.
Well, thank you.
This is taking me long.
I worry about you two. And you too, Mrs. Bit, but my magic is gone.
Okay.
And you're really fast.
And you've got me by your side, Bit hears in her mind from the cloak of Ben Hadar.
That's right.
The creature interposes itself between the party and the island.
I squint my eyes at it. What does it look like?
Like that.
Oh, it's one of those things.
Yeah, sure is. It's
Ram stands up next to Snow and says,
It's
"What
actually-
are you looking at?"
it's actually like treading water, like a water polo player.
There are more of those things.
Roy, make a perception check. You can just see a ripple that kind of, a ripple through the water that travels across the path, or the between you and the scum, and then kind of disappears under the surface.
Ren
So we
takes
go
a
on
step
the
back.
count of 3.
I do not like those things.
There might be things under the water as well. How do we want to deal with this?
Another one
Ren pulls a great
enters
axe off her
your
back.
the vision that you can see, followed by another.
So they've seen us, right?
They're starting to converge.
I feel like that Harry Potter scene where he's at the shell in the middle of the water where where Dumbledore brings him, and all those things come up and attack him and pull him into the water.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That was a well done scene in the movie.
It was. She has her Ren has her great axe in her hand and she's ready to go.
Velia knocks a couple of arrows and Stoneflame hefts his maul. And he looks to Snow.
Let's get to it then, I guess.
Alright. You guys start stepping forward, maybe jogging forward, whatever is your pleasure. Go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, I love that. I just love being able to roll them all at once. It's so good. Okay, here we go. You know it's serious when the Darkest Dungeon music comes out, even though I've never played this game. Alright, well, so what happens first? The Water Elemental actually is, all they're gonna do is position themselves right here next to this scum. This scum goes and converges, swimming through the water. definitely get there. It swims right up to Bit, and its tentacles are just like churning the water beneath it. And it's almost like effortless as it's just keeping its upper half out of the water easy, and it just jabs a warped trident towards Bit. That's 23 to hit. Does not have advantage though, but that for 8 piercing and then 17. Hit Bit?
Yes, it does.
Alright. It then moves to Stoneflame and reaches out with its empty hand and tries to palm Stoneflame's bald head. And he brings up his maul and just kind of weaves to the side. No, you don't. That's their turn. This one heads down to here and engages Snow and Ren.
I'm gonna smack it.
Alright. Oh, that means if it gets to here, I think. Yeah. You smack it. It stops cold in its tracks. That feat is coming in handy. Alright. And it's your turn, Snow.
I think I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Ooh. Alright.
And I think that's all I can do. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna like sit tight.
What's it look like?
Just a bunch of little like ice methods, and they're
Alright.
really small, really tiny. But there's a bunch of them, so they kind of look like snowflakes a little bit.
Wait a minute. What's
I think it's 15 feet.
Oh.
15.
Okay. I'm thinking of Destructive Wave. Okay. Excellent. That was like a very powerful non-turn and turn. Bit, it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack the one that attacked me. I come in for 2 punches and 1 kick.
Alrighty. That hits. That also hits. Ooh, 10. And, ooh, nice. And the follow-up? Alright. Ooh. Now you're cooking with gas. As a monk. You lay into him, and are any of those scratches?
No, just knuckle punches.
Alright. Man, what's it like to punch a whale? It's blubbery. Rubbery. Ugh. Chaticus.
Alright, we're gonna move a little bit in. I'm gonna bonus action to Shillelagh, and then I'm gonna bop him one.
Alrighty.
That's the button. Join it.
It does. Ooh,
Donk.
so. Not much damage.
That's with the Spore Boy.
Cool. You can keep track of that.
I will.
Alright.
Happy turn.
Let me check a character sheet real quick here.
Valia's not been rolled for.
Oh, and neither is Stoneflame. Shit. Alright. Makes sense. Velia will go. She will knock an arrow and send a few shafts at the creature that let's see. Yeah, she'll send a few shafts at the creature that everybody's working on here. Where's your bow at? Oh, right there. Pew and pew. Velia just has high rolls all the time. 18 damage. Alright. And Chaticus did his thing. Ren.
Ren's gonna run up to the one in front of Snow and just hit it with her great axe.
Alright. That is a miss. You can't... The blade doesn't seem to find it at first, and it kind of diverts to the side, but then you follow up and you hit. Both of those hit. Is she raging?
She's not raging,
Okay.
sorry.
So it's just 12 overall. Wait, no, 13. Alright. Oh. I skipped it. Somebody's turn. Does Spirit Guardians extend? It's a radius sphere, right? That's how it's supposed to be, right?
They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. So I guess so?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. What does this look like? Yeah, okay. Well, bursting out of the water... Actually, let me find the sheet for it first, before I reveal this to you. Bursting out of the water is this huge, large creature. With a circular maw and several tentacle tails coming off of the main body.
Sick.
Sorry, I'm doing a little rearranging on the camera side. Alright. And... yeah, it's going to advance into the range. So it has to make that save, right?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save.
DC 15.
Oh, I have the GM layer on. Well, it did not save. So, how much does it take? Roll that damage. Uh-oh.
Sorry, it's hard on my laptop.
Ah.
And it has half movement speed.
Doesn't need too much, fortunately for
But I'm gonna whack it.
Aha! Give it that whack. Oh, that's a hit. Ooh. Damn. Damn! That was a good hit. No, it's not happy with you. And it's going to...
Good.
It's going to attempt something. It's actually going to swing one of its tentacles around, and that doesn't make any sense. It's going to swing one of its tentacles around and try to hit Snow. I still have it on the GM, but it rolled a 12, and that didn't hit. Then it rolls its longer tail around to whack. Oh wait, does anything else happen, or is it just half speed with the Spirit Guardians? I must be thinking of something else. Yeah, it's just half speed. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And his tail whips around for Ren. Ooh, 21 for 18 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch!
And that's all it does on that turn that I skipped for it. It does not go before bit though. I'm just gonna move you down there. It rolled an 11. What's your dexterity, Chaticus?
My
Oh, never mind.
dexterity?
Never mind. It has a dex of 9. Never mind. Alright.
Okay.
Scum. Scum's gonna go. Scum down here. It's gonna go. Going to get as far as they can. Still on the fringes. And then, so that's 26 feet. It has... I'm gonna round that down to 25 feet. So it has 15 feet left. Okay, so it needs to roll the wisdom save. Wisdom. No. So it's gonna enter. So 10, that's as far as we can get. For 16 damage. Alright. Stone Flame finally goes. It's gonna take a couple of whacks at this guy. Both of those hit. Not enough to kill it. As Stoneflame just growls at that creature. At the end of that, at the end of Stoneflame's turn, the Aboleth acts again, and it's going to. Where's your thing? It's going to make another tail attack. This time at Snow. Oh, that's just the legendary action. Here's the tail attack. Oh. Anyway, it misses Snow. The Mephits just kind of like drive its tentacle away, and then it squeals out something in a language none of you understand. And the water elemental joins the fray. How far can you swim? 90 feet. All right, so it's gonna enter your space, Snow. Go ahead and roll that damage. I mean, yeah. And then I roll a wisdom save. It saves, so it takes half, which is 6. All right. And it's going to just try to straight up attack you. Nope. There you go. 10 damage.
And I think it takes... Yeah, it takes 5 full damage.
Gotcha.
And isn't that attack negated by the mode of protection? That would have been the first one that hit her.
Oh.
Is it the first one that hit? It says targeted by an attack. The first time the creature is targeted by an attack.
Oh, then...
Or subjected to a saving throw.
Yeah, I wrote that deliberately. So it would have been like one that missed. So it still has an effect. It just, in fiction, it still had an effect. We just happened to roll a d20 at the same time.
Oh, what is that? My text is bugged.
What's bugged?
So Spirit Guardians goes away.
Spirit Guardians goes away. And now the water elemental is in the fray, and that's the end of their turn. The scum is going to turn their...
When that one starts its turn, can it make a con save?
Can it make a con save? It can.
Yeah.
What happens?
He's going to take some damage as I kind of like just raise my hand and some spores start choking him out. It's just going to be that 1 point.
Oh,
Now he may kill me.
oh well. Fortunately for you, it's not going for you. It's going for... Actually, it is going to go for you, but only a couple times. So a couple of trident attacks on Chaticus. 21 for 7 piercing. And then, again, he tries to palm Stoneflame's head. And that's just not enough to do it. Good for him. Now this scum is going to try to lay into Ren. $21
Hits.
for 7, 22 for 5, and then
Hit.
the mind-breaking touch for 23. Ooh, sorry.
Which also hits.
26 psychic damage, and you have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws until the end of the scrum's next turn. And Snow, you see the Aboleth turn its attention to Ren. It's your turn.
Okay. I think I'm gonna cast Destructive Wave.
Alright. Big gun time. I'm pretty sure that gets everybody here.
Sort of just like plant my feet and then dip the haft of ice into the water and like shoot out ice spikes toward them.
This scum here is definitely annihilated and sinks. Need to make some saving throws. Constitution? 1,
Yes.
2. Okay, so half damage on this guy. And full damage on this guy. And then the Aboleth. Not the handout. Oh. Okay, and then the elemental. Excuse me. Takes full damage. Okay. Anything
And
else?
then I'm moving towards Ren.
Alrighty. Velia is going to I think the best thing she can do is actually use her volley, so she can attack. She'll go for the scum and the Aboleth. Oh no, why'd you do that? Oh, roll 20, why? Okay, so top to bottom. Scum, Aboleth, scum. Jesus. Her character sheet is just blessed. Like, she rolls hot fire with it, I roll hot fire with it, everybody rolls hot fire with it.
Can't she also use her Colossus Slayer?
Ah, yes. I suppose she'll use it on the Aboleth. Go, somebody roll a d8 for me. It's your turn, not a bit. Actually, no, it's not. At the end of Velia's turn, that d8's not going to be enough to kill the Aboleth. Aboleth is going to take a legendary action and try to slam his tail into Snow. $28 to hit, 13 bludgeoning. It's your turn.
I'm gonna give this one guy a couple back kicks.
Alright. Hit. 15.
Staring around, give him a good knocking.
Yeah. You got one more. That also hits. for 6. Okay. Chaticus.
All right. We're gonna scoots our boots. Just kind of scoot in here. And I think I'm gonna try to donk the Aboleth.
Okay.
I think that's gonna miss.
Well, that's a damage roll.
Did I not roll the damage?
You rolled the
Oh,
movement.
interesting.
You rolled your macro for the movement.
Ah, that's it.
There you go, that hits.
Donk.
Jesus.
Mike,
What's up?
before my turn was over, I was going to ask, can I use the cloak of Ben? I'm
Say that.
below my.
Say that again. You cut out.
Oh, can I use my cloak of Ben? I'm below my.
I don't remember the language. Does it take an action to do that, or does it just happen when you reach below?
Bonus.
You used your bonus action for that unarmed strike.
Right, sorry.
Yeah. Dang, that is a hit. The Aboleth is not looking too good, and it doesn't look too happy, so it's going to do a thing. Ren. You have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. And as it happens, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. As the Aboleth's eyes flash with a sickly green light, and you can feel your body being pulled away from your control. That's not gonna do it. You are charmed by the Aboleth.
Which scum is the one that hit her?
This one.
Okay.
You are under the Aboleth's control. You can't take reactions. And that was the Aboleth's turn. And now it's Ren's turn. And by Ren's turn, I mean the Aboleth's turn, because the Aboleth is going to have Ren turn to Snow and attack her with everything she's got. All right.
Nope.
So, but Snow, you do see Ren.
I feel like Ren's holding back in the back of her mind.
Ren can like tell what's going on. She's conscious of it, and at the same time, the tassels on her great axe are like, you can just sort of sense them as if they're granting you some sort of ability to stay your hand. This scum is going to attack Chaticus.
Con save.
Con save. What happens?
He good.
Alright. Couple of warp trident attacks. 22, 17.
That's a bull. No, 17 won't hit.
Okay, well, ignore the 7 damage. And
Cool,
then
take the 6.
it's going to try to break your mind. 9. No. It don't. Stoneflame is going to run around and assist with the water elemental here. And he is going to... Actually, at the end of that scum's turn, the Aboleth is going to use another legendary action. And Ren, you take... Jesus. 6 psychic damage. That's it. Oh wait, I minused it. There we go. You can see a couple of the wounds on the Aboleth heal as you see Ren kind of racked with that pain. Stoneflame was going to go after the water elemental. He's just rolling hot fire all the time. Alright. That's gonna be 25, 30. Jesus. The water elemental is already like boiling off most of its water, but it turns to Stone Flame and is going to attack him. Ooh, crits for 14. That's not a lot. Alright. This scum in front of Ren is going to move. Okay. And attack Stone Flame. Ooh. And... oh. So Stone Flame's gonna take 26 damage in total.
Can I use my reaction?
Yes, I gave a pause because I wanted to see if you would. Let's see.
Sorry, I was reading some spells in my character sheet.
Alright. Yeah, that'll do it.
You can still move him if you want. That's my fault for not recognizing.
Okay. Well, you deal an amount of damage and I'll say you clip one of his tentacles off, but it's not enough to get him to stop.
Does it wiggle?
It wiggles on like the surface of the water as it's like sinking down. It's like from Super Mario Sunshine with the blooper.
Ren can attack too, can't she?
No, she's charmed.
I'm under the Aboleth's control.
Oh, right, that's right.
Right, so Stone Flame takes 27 damage in total. He's not looking too good, and he, like, brings his hand that's not holding his maul up to his head, and That's the end of that scum's turn. Snow, it's your turn. You see the Aboleth's attention is drawn to Stone Flame next.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try and attack the Aboleth.
Alright. Stares you down. Oh!
It's really unfortunate.
Wow.
That's all I can do.
Alright. Velia, standing from the back, is going to loose some shafts at the Aboleth and the scum right below it. I don't think anything else would fit within volley, so yeah. So this one on the Aboleth misses. Shit. And then one on the scum that hits for 10 piercing. And somebody roll a d8 for me real quick. Bit, it's your turn.
I'm gonna punch this guy some more.
Roll.
Take chat.
Timing. Timing.
His was the one I saw first, so that's the one that'll count. Punch that water elemental. That hits. That hits. For 9. Alright, do you want to use the cloaky cloak now?
No, I miscalculated. I'm not at my halfway.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give him another punch.
Yeah. Alright. You hear Ben in your mind go, "Shame! Another spirit that must be quelled in this way," as the water elemental dissolves and just falls into the water, destroyed.
Well, how might I save him?
Oh no, he's not admonishing you, he's just sad. That's the vibe you get. The vibe is like, oh, that sucks. Oh well.
If I could save them, I could.
I have no doubt, but I have no ability to do that. Alright. Yeah, Ben-Hadar does not have that ability, unlike a few of his cousins. Chaticus, it's your turn.
Okay. I don't think I've used this macro yet, but don't freak out at the damage just yet, because it's probably not all being applied to it. Okay. So he's going to take 4 damage.
Oh, I see. You put on all 6 d4s.
Yeah, so it only counts the first 2 dice essentially.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 4. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And 2 mushrooms sort of erupt out of. Which one did you hit? The Aboleth?
The Aboleth.
All right. 2 of them appear out of the Aboleth. They're just kind of like on where one of the tentacles meet that main head body thing.
How's that thing looking, by the way?
It's not looking too good.
Okay.
Not too good. But it's its turn, and it
Oh,
eyes.
it's not my turn, I think, because I just started it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Would you
blight
like
time.
to make a
Blight time live.
Constitution saving throw?
Blight
For
time.
Aboleth?
Blight time live. Constitution. Yeah. Aha.
Alright, half damage, so that's 17.
That's not enough to do the job.
We tried our best. And then I think... Do I have any bonus action stuff that I can do? Not especially. I think that's turn.
All right. The Aboleth starts moving a lot more erratically, and its tentacles start whipping around wildly, which is code for it's going to have a few more things it can do on its turn. First thing it does is its weird eyes flash that sickly green again, and Stoneflame kind of lets out a grunt as his body rocks, and we'll find out if he saves or not. Stoneflame's body turns rigid, and he looks down to Bit. And then the Aboleth is going to whip its tentacle at Chaticus.
I'm going to use my reaction.
Feel free. Where the hell? Oh, I clicked out of a sheet. Why did I do that? There it is. So here is a whack on Chaticus. Ooh, 16. Does not hit.
Miss.
No, you don't get diseased.
I'd like to not be diseased.
You'd like to not be diseased. Okay, that's the end of its turn. Ren, attack Snow.
That 16 didn't kill it.
Oh, no, it didn't. Sorry, thanks for pointing that out, but no, that 16 did not kill it, but it looks very fucked up.
Oh wait, I even have like a 1 free immunity to disease thing from the guard.
Ren mechanically slashes at Snow with her great axe. Hits her for 9 damage. Another 23 for another 8 slashing. You already rolled. Oh, I was counting the 12. Well, no, I was counting the 12 for momentum strike, so don't worry about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. The scum here is going to attack Chaticus. 13, 20
20 to hit.
for 7 piercing,
Que c'est toi?
and then a mind-breaking touch.
Oh
Oh no!
guys, bye bye.
Is Chaticus down?
We're gonna find out. What we got? Oh no, I'm not down.
Okay.
That's 42. That hurts though.
49.
Wait, can I? What's happening? Can I call on Ben?
You can! I don't remember how it works though. It's been a while since I've looked. Can you read it out for the class? Oh no, I've got it here. Benevolent Bulwark. Takes any damage except psychic. You can use a reaction to cause the cloak to billow and spread out to absorb some of the damage. Watery Bulwark.
Psychic.
Or wait, no. Also, there's the second paragraph. Oh, it is psychic.
Psychic. It's exactly the thing it doesn't do.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm still up. Don't worry, but it was out.
That's how it be. I like to imagine that, like, there's an attempt in fiction, and I won't count it against, like, your uses, but, like, Ben Hadar, like, I imagine Bit would still react in that way, and the cloak would do, like, a tendril that billows out and, like, tries to shield Chaticus, but then the scum just like reaches through and just splashes in and delivers that psychic attack. Yeah. Brutal. You might need to use it yourself in a second here, Bit, because Stoneflame goes and starts moving toward you. And his tattoos start to glow as he Hail Marys down on you.
I'm going to use... Oh, what was that? The cantrip. My bracelet.
Ah, that's a reaction. Yes, you can do that. Because that was in fiction and wasn't mechanic. The thing I said earlier. Okay, so that means... Well, now I need to bring that up for the class. Wait, did I actually make a handout for it? I did. Aha. Sunward. Disadvantage on the attack roll. Yep. Yep. Okay. It should cost a reaction, so you can do this for one of his attacks, which makes it normal. So here is a Scalding Maul. That's 19.
It hits.
For all that business.
Ooh.
And then Stoneflame, who is looking very distraught right now, swings again, but this time at advantage. 21. Or less. I'm adding it up because I want to see how much it is. 17. Ooh. And that's his turn. The scum here is going to start moving. First he makes it down this way. If you have a reaction. You used your reaction, haven't you?
Yeah, I used it on the Aboleth.
Alright. And it's going to leave Chaticus's range as it moves toward Velia.
Ooh, fancy. I guess I can donk it.
Feel free.
Pass me?
From here. Yeah, it would have actually. But you used your reaction already.
Oh,
No, thank-
God. Damn it.
Alright.
when it starts its turn, can it make a con save?
Uh,
Because it's technically within 10 feet of me.
yes. Con save. Where'd your stat block go? There it is. Constitution saving throw.
It's good.
It's good. It's going to attack Velia. Trident, and Mind-Breaking Touch. Those miss except for the one. Feet piercing. Okay. That's the end of that scum's turn. Snow, it's your turn.
Okay. We're gonna Destructive Wave.
One more destructive wave for the gander. Alright. So those scum need to roll saving throws, and so does the Aboleth.
But I'm gonna roll it at 6th level.
Ooh.
I don't know why it didn't ask me. Let me look.
Well, both these scum are dead. And they fall beneath the waves. Hold on. Go ahead and mark off the 6th level, but I'm not sure you'll need it because... Yeah. So, describe how that destructive wave annihilates the Aboleth.
It does have to be the 6th level because I'm at the 5th level slots.
Oh.
But basically what happens is snow touches the point of ice butt to the water, and it like ripples out, and then the waves start getting like higher and higher, and then they like shoot out ice spikes outwardly.
And they miss all of your
And
friends.
just impale.
Yeah. And like some of the ice spikes like land in the creature's eyes and like, you know, fills every part of its body, and it just kind of lets out a shriek of pain, and it just floats and lists on the surface of the water. And Ren and Stoneflame, you come back to your senses.
Ren falls to her knees and starts crying.
Stoneflame is like also doing the on his knees action.
It
And-
slapped Snow Stone Flame.
She slaps Stoneflame.
Yeah, she slapped him. No!
He says, I'm sorry. I couldn't control myself. As he huffs and puffs, and he looks over to Ren.
Like that slap hit hard.
He says, I know, Miss Bit, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I forgive you.
I'm gonna kneel down and just put my hands on Ren's shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
After a few moments,
I am sorry, Missy Snow.
It's alright, it was not your actions.
I blame you, Ren.
Stoneflame is still on his hands and knees, and he sort of like crawls over beside Ren as well. And Snow can tell that Stoneflame looks apprehensive at Ren, and then he just kind of looks back down onto the surface of the water and breathes heavily.
Ren leans into Stoneflame.
He starts sobbing and leans back. And you have this like,
That was horrible.
I know.
We got you out of that as fast as we could.
The things in my brain that were talking to me and telling me to do things. You must destroy everything here.
He nods. And you see you don't see, everybody except Ren sees, but Ren feels Stoneflame put his arm around Ren's shoulders. Meanwhile,
Thank
Snow,
you, friend.
he just nods. Meanwhile, you guys see Snow starting to walk onto the island.
Ren stands up and runs her way so that she's not alone.
It follows.
Hold on, I gotta get...
She pulls Stoneflame up as she's running.
This is a 13-foot diameter globe of water. Oh, BRB. Let's take breaks.
Okay, you're right.
Sounds good.
I need to use the bathroom myself. Unpause recording. We're back. The Aboleth lists floating in this huge pool of water as some healing takes place. Chaticus and Snow giving some of their natural and divine powers to heal wounds.
But what about you, Chaticus? Need help?
I'm not doing the best, but if I need to, I can deal with it. I can always worry about myself later. For right now, we should probably not stay somewhere that's so dangerous.
What's Snow doing?
Staring transfixed at this orb.
It is 13 feet in diameter, and it floats about 10 feet above the island. And you feel a chill in your arm. You look down and you see those icicles pointing at it on ice.
I'm gonna climb up here on this side,
Do you still have drown with
and then
you?
I'm gonna. It is strapped on my back, yeah.
Okay. Stoneflame just kind of looks on. Like, is this it, Miss Snow?
I'm gonna I'm gonna touch ice to the orb.
As you do that, you see a pair of emerald green eyes stare at you from within, sparkling points of light, and they're absolutely filled with malice. And as you tap ice, you can feel a resistance.
Snow
Like,
see this?
what'd you say, Bit?
Can only Snow see this?
You see them too. You just know that their ire is on Snow.
I'm pushing ice further into it.
You find that there's a great amount of resistance, but you push in, and Bit, you can see from ice, the weapon, that ice, the substance, spreads around the orb of water. Wait, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to use the trident? Says Stoneflame.
I ignore him and I just keep pressing.
You're met with more resistance as you push ice into the water portal. And the whole globe starts to get covered with ice. And then the ice spreads over the weapon and up to your arm. And it starts to gnaw at you, Snow. As
Ren, Chatticus, better come see.
I begin scuttling my way up the rocks, kind of slowly, towards Bit. What's happening?
Ren is using ice.
Yeah.
It is stuck fast into the water portal, and you can see vapors from the frost waving off of her and like crashing onto the ground. And the ice is spreading onto her shoulder now, and it spreads over her armor and onto her neck. And Snow,
She grimaces a little bit.
you lose
continues.
10. You lose 10 hit points. And you hold fast, and you feel not just cold, but also power. Power washing through you, and you can hear in the back of your mind a breathy laughter of satisfaction that Auril is pleased. And you lose another 10 hit points.
Okay.
I noticed her
Keep going.
pain.
You can see her grimacing and gritting her teeth as her body starts to get covered with frost. And Velia says, "What's going on?"
Are we letting this happen? What should we do, guys?
Can I insight check her to understand, like, is this what she wants, or is she, like, being controlled or, like, compelled by something?
You can roll an
Kind of like with
check.
Aboleth was just doing stuff.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, Snow has all intents to continue doing this. As you hear a crack and a great hairline fractures appear in the water portal. Snow, you lose another 10 hit points.
I'm gonna yell out, Snow! What are we doing?
The ice around Snow like cracks, and it gives way and just falls to the ground. And it's as if there's another layer of ice beneath that. Just this pale white frost, like when you open a freezer that hasn't been defrosted. Should we move her? Says Stoneflame as he gets a little closer. And then everybody
I
who...
grit my teeth and I say, "Do not touch me." And I continue.
And as she says, "Do not touch me," everybody except for Velia and Snow needs to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 15. Bit, you take... Everybody is rooted to the spot in the utter chill, but Bit, you take 2 cold damage. As this wave of ice, or this wave of just cold energy just blasts out from Snow. Snow, you lose another 10 hit points.
Don't I have something that invades cold damage?
I don't know. Oh, the cloak? Well, if you take half and you take half, that's fine. Snow, more power is rushing through you. You haven't felt anything like this before. It's like the thought crosses your mind that this is what it feels like to be Auril, to have all of this cold energy coursing through your body, through ice, and it flows through you and then away, and you're not sure where it's going. Your only guess is that it could be going to your goddess. You lose another 10 hit points.
That gives me enough willpower to keep going.
You can see that Snow's skin was already like super pale, but now it's bluish, like frostbitten all over. And
Red?
Snow, you lose another 10 hit points.
Mr. Chadukas, I'm worried. She is going to die.
I can try to prevent that, but she's not being controlled. This is her choice.
Snow, you lose 1 hit point. What are you going to do, Chadukas?
What is...
Were you going to do something, or?
I'm going to cast a 3rd level healing word. Just hopefully that'll support her through a little bit.
Okay.
Roll it now. So just 10 more hit points.
10 more hit points. You have 10 more hit points.
And I'll just kind of like talk to Snow as she's going through it. If you think for a second you're allowed to die right now, you're mistaken. Don't martyr yourself on the precipice of us succeeding.
Snow, you feel a sort of a flood further adding to the flow of energy that is already coursing through your body. The ice surrounding the water portal, or that is the water portal, more hairline cracks appear, and suddenly it's like a iceberg calving. You know what that is? It's when icebergs like break apart. It's as if all of the layer of ice on top of the water portal just all break apart from each other, and they sort of float around it, and then they sort of slough off of a much smaller globe of water now, and they these chunks of frozen water turn into this condensed, foggy, icy mist, and they all flow into ice and through Snow. And Snow, you are down to 1 hit point, and you fall prone.
I'm going to move up close and check on her. Is she still conscious?
Snow, you find yourself in a state of being stunned. And Chaticus, you notice that Drown is still upon her back. And the water portal is still intact, though much smaller. Stoneflame just looks dumbfounded.
She's still breathing.
You hear Ben Hadar bit. Well, what are you waiting for? Finish the job! You're not done yet. It's still present. Grab the trident. What are you doing?
Stoneflame, you were saying something about the trident?
I don't know. Don't we need to use it to break the thing? He looks at the water portal.
I grab the trident and stick it in the water portal.
You pull the trident off of Snow's back and you shove it into the water portal, and it starts to roil and bubble, and all of these. You hear what sounds like warping metal as the tines and the haft of the trident like warps, and it just sort of sinks into the water portal, and suddenly there's a loud pop as the entire thing collapses and splashes onto the island. And suddenly this whole oppressive power that you'd felt just washes away. And Snow, you come to a little bit. Very cold, your body feeling very weak, but you feel a familiar, pleased chill in the back of your mind.
I sort of just stare at the top of the cavern and lay there for a while.
No. What happened?
I did
Are
my
you gonna
job. I'll be fine. And I sort of sit up with a small smirk on my face.
What was that?
I was helping my goddess.
Ice was a weapon that had just the blade, right? Just the sword on a stick kind of thing that a glaive is.
Yeah.
Ice looks different now. It has two extra blades where the initial blade meets the haft, and there appear to be light blue crystals all along the edge of it, like serrated edge. And you can feel that it contains an extra power. And
Did she help you?
I grip Ice firmly.
Wait a minute, that's not what that looked like before.
Ice has some new goodies. Let's go over
Hell
them
yeah.
for the funsies. Now Ice is even more powerful as it serves as a link between elemental frost and Auril's domain. It gains the following properties. Crystalline bond. Snow can now stow Ice as diminutive ice crystals in the air surrounding her as a bonus action and reform it at any time with no action required by her. However, if Ice as a whole is separated from her and moved over 40 feet away, that bond is broken, and Snow must pray with Ice across her lap for an hour to restore the bond. But the good part is Frost Simile. Ice can grant Snow a duplicate sculpted of Frost that fights alongside her. As a bonus action, Snow can stamp Ice's butt on the ground and expend a 4th level spell slot. Ice crystals coalesce in the air and form into an icy 3-dimensional silhouette with Snow's figure, also wielding a glaive. This ice silhouette shares Snow's base. The ice silhouette appears with an amount of hit points equal to 1/3 of Snow's hit point maximum rounded up, and disappears when it reaches 0 hit points. The ice silhouette cannot be healed. While present, it grants the following. Snow is immune to cold damage and resistant to fire. When Snow takes the attack action, the silhouette also attacks the same target using the same attack bonus, damage roll, and range of Ice. When targeted by an attack roll or forced to make a saving throw, roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the silhouette will take half the damage for Snow. Snow and her silhouette are both subject to non-damage effects and failed saves.
Hell yeah.
It's a roundabout extra attack with
Really pleased your goddess.
some goodies.
She rewards those who are faithful to her.
Are you even capable of traveling, or should we rest here?
Portal's not there anymore, so rock. Haha.
I don't know if it will be safe for us to travel right now.
Maybe we should try to at least get out of here and get back to that island. No?
I think I can move as long as we aren't accosted. Should be fine. Sort of stand up and like brush myself off.
Or take great precaution moving forward.
What time would it be roughly, Mike?
It's the middle of the day. You guys jumped right to the last boss battle. Which is fine. It's D&D.
For the look of us all, I think we all need a good rest.
I want to get out of here, Stoneflame says. Looks to Ren. I don't care how we do it.
I can probably get us at least to where we entered through the bottom of that small portal pretty easily.
I'm ready.
Missy Snow, would you like me to carry you?
I think she'll be able to deal with it herself. Chadicus is going to roll up his sleeves a little bit and try to like limber up a little bit. Ooh, I haven't tried this one yet. I'm going to cast Windwalk.
Windwalk? I love that spell. It's
so awesome.
It's really cool sounding. Oh yeah, you can just yeet yourselves out of there. Alright. You could... Wait a minute. Let me read this again. Creature it does safely only actions. Yeah. Cool.
This is your get across the big map spell.
Yeah, it is. Alright, what's this look like?
So Chadicus kind of like really starts to breathe in and out and in and out, and you see him slowly become more translucent. Like it looks like he becomes a little bit more like spectral. And as he focuses on all of you, you look at your hands and you begin to see through them. You can see like the little tiny island gravel through your fingers. And then suddenly you all become willowy smoke clouds.
Nice.
Chadicus is just a little bit whiter.
Now we're really in danger.
But Chadicus begins like kind of just flying like in a little circle to draw attention to him and begins like following the path, essentially just whipping really fast.
This is kind of fun.
Can you like speak?
No, I don't believe so.
The only actions... Doesn't say you can't. You just have a gaseous form.
While in this cloud form, the creature has flying speed. No, it doesn't. So we can technically just be like kind of wispy clouds talking to each other.
Fantastic. All right. Well, tell me where you're going. You can see a waterfall here, and you can also see one here, as well as the one that you came from.
So we can discuss it, but specifically what the spell does is we need to like a minute undisturbed to revert to our normal form.
And it leaves you somewhat vulnerable.
Yeah, because you technically can't do like attacks while you're in this form. Because the only action you can take are the dash action. But you move at 300 feet a turn with a dash action, 600 feet a turn. So pretty much you can fly wherever you're safe, revert, and then walk up to where you need to be. But I was thinking that little cavern with the staircase that we popped in through seemed the safest. Yeah. We can technically like fly past any danger in the other caverns, but I mean, you're not going to be able to fight anything if you bump into stuff.
I mean, I'm okay with wherever.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Okay, then I'm just gonna lead him back to that staircase because I think that's a safe spot for us to like plan a rest. Because I remember if we go through the portal, we're in like a locked kind of like room that we had to like traverse underwater to get into.
The way in was underneath a pool of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we even gonna be able to get back? We don't have drown anymore.
Yeah, you don't have drown anymore.
All right. I mean, that room is still safe for us to rest at least.
Yeah.
So let's go there, rest, and then we can figure out our way out from there.
All right. Well, show me how you get there.
All right. I was just gonna go the way we came. I'm gonna have to be.
You're just gonna go the way you came?
Yeah, specifically.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'll just drag you.
That'll probably save us some time, considering we traveled a bit.
Yeah, you went. You did go quite a ways. Oh no! Don't take the troll. I think it's neat to see how far you've come. In this case. Ah. Oh, I have all these stat blocks in the way. I don't need you anymore. As you cross through here, and you see the bodies of those dead cult warriors that you took out, you notice that their skin was actually turning that white rubbery color. But they're dead. They're very dead. And you find yourselves back at that initial room.
Okay, so Cloud Shot, I guess we'll just kind of land on the staircase and then just kind of begin making a weird grunty noise as you see the cloud whispers kind of like billow and billow and billow and start to reform into him.
I think we should take turns reverting. Just in case.
I like to think that he's like kind of like really holding his breath when he reverts entirely. Like he's just got the big inflated cheeks just yeah, he'll just kind of hop over by the boat.
When the last of you does that, when the last of you does that, you can see peeking into the cavern from over here. Oh, I kind of gave it away, but is a person, and then they disappear into the darkness. And you hear tap, 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 tap in the water.
Do we chase them down?
As a
I don't know.
It doesn't seem worth it.
I'm not sure we're in any shape to give chase.
Let's hurry on.
Alright, well, what do you guys do now?
They know we're here, so the spot will be attacked eventually. Our rest probably won't be the best spot here.
Maybe we should just leave, says Stoneflame.
Do you think the way they left was the exit?
Well, I mean, he looks at Snow, he says, when we left the first time, we didn't need to use the trident. So, do we need it now to leave? I mean, we can't come back.
Try.
We can't come back, but we don't need to. We got a lot of
When
money.
I got that chance, I thought Mr. Chanza, that really bad guy, was in here. I saw him in my head.
Well, those visions weren't exactly truthful.
Do you think he'd stay here?
He is kind of cocky.
Well, I mean, do you think he wouldn't... Do you think that he would stay here after we leave, I mean? He says...
I don't know.
He seems very prone to revenge fits, so there's a possibility.
Stone Flame shrugs and just kind of defers to you guys.
I think we probably should try and leave. I mean...
Well, I do have a means of getting up a waterfall. I'm going to bring out the tentacle staff and point at the waterfall.
Pointing at the waterfall and the tentacles droop. They don't work anymore.
Well, that's disappointing. I try to attack the waterfall.
Tentacles just kind of splash in the waterfall. Wait, I think we can just go into it. That's what me and Snow did. Right, Miss Snow?
I believe so.
He looks at the
Should
waterfall.
We all hold hands.
Yeah, he looks at the waterfall, he looks back, and he offers his hand out. Miss Velia, we don't want to leave you here. Oh, okay. He dips his hand in, and then you see his shoulder lurch, and whoever's grabbing onto Stoneflame's hand gets jerked and dragged along with him.
I'll grab him and get flushed out.
I grab Chaticus and then I grab Snow.
I'll grab Bit.
Velia grabs Bit.
Velia.
And like a long tendril of toilet paper, you get flushed reversely up the waterfall. And you find yourselves back in the water cult lair, with the portal closed off to you forever, with Drown destroyed. So the tentacle rod is now just a +1 mace. It does not have the functions that it had before. I'm sorry to tell you.
You know, at a certain age, tentacles just don't work right.
You can roll a Arcana check if you want, if you're curious at all why.
Yeah, absolutely. Learn some lore. Yeah.
The tentacle rod key thingy seemed to be linked to the life of the Aboleth. With the Aboleth gone, it doesn't work anymore.
I kind of regale everybody with a story of, the tentacle rod losing its functionality and ask if anyone wants a good whacking stick.
I have my hammer.
I don't need a stick to whack.
But it's a very good stick.
Perhaps we can sell it to
I will
someone.
put it in the bag.
Okay.
Okay.
I hand it off to her.
All I need is a good rest.
All right. I didn't expect you guys to get through the dungeon today. It's good though. So we've got an hour left. So I think that was the last session with Rachel. I'm afraid to say,
Oh, wow.
because she said she would finish out this dungeon, and then yeah. Yeah. Shoot. Let's see if I can reach out to her real quick. She's probably driving or something. Because I was kind of hoping she could, like, play out Velia's break from the party.
Maybe she can do the brief little thing. If she can't really join us for all of that.
True. She could probably just show up. She could probably join in for, one more scene, and then we wish her happy trails and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then in that case, let me collect myself, because I think we can jump right back to the excavators and spend a little bit of playtime with them. What do you guys think?
I'm down.
Let's do it.
All right. I need to
Quick 5.
Yeah, we can take a quick 5. I need to review my notes.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a snack.
I'll walk some puppies. Bye.
You still have those puppies?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have them for like another month.
Are you fostering?
No, we have the puppy because my girlfriend's dad is gonna get it, but we're training it before we give it to him because he's kind of old.
Oh, okay.
So we're essentially getting him like crate trained and everything else. So
Gotcha.
it's got the bladder of a puppy.
That's nice of you. Very, very kind of you.
I mean, she's still getting back from work right now, so I'm just at the house taking care of it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. That was session 112 that had, or actually it was session 111 that had that big fight with, Marshal Chanzal and everybody. And then I have the recap on my notes for session 112. To recap, we are switching to the excavators. And to give a little bit of a recap before, just to put you back into what had just happened from the perspective of the excavators, it is the day before it is Flame Rule, the 5th. What had happened just prior was that fight with Belnar Chanzal. And that whole encounter where Hum started off with that thunder wave and all of that, all of those goblin minions came and really just annoyed everybody, while Chanzal centered his attention on Tadias as much as he could and eventually downed him, and with the will of Zachriel still ever present even within Chanzal, Tadias' death was prevented, and you guys took a little bit of a break. You entered the Fane and you parted ways with Gordon's task force. And you see them walk off into the darkness, and you hear the sound of battle echo through the halls. Delia, Hum, Tadias, Vox, Oxor, Lucy the Bullet, and Rook the Snurfneblin. And as GTF leaves, Delia, you can see Rook has a thoughtful look on his face, and he looks to Oxor, and then he looks to you, Delia, and he says, Did you notice? Because I was watching the battle back up there. I was watching the battle from the rock face, and I saw that right as the Dragonborn man was about to kill Tadius, that the ruby on the shield that Zachriel carried flashed. Did you notice that?
I think so.
Did you ever tell Rook about... Did Delia ever tell Rook about her fascination with gemstones? With crystal?
It hasn't come up much because she has not been able to get more gemstones.
Gotcha.
And she's a little disgruntled about it.
Well, something about what Rook described kind of rings a bell in the back of her mind.
Her eyes kind of sparkle.
Do you think that could be connected somehow? I'm just wondering, because I think Zachariel said that ruby carries part of his essence, right?
Yeah.
I love rubies. She pulls out the ruby she carries in her pocket and shows them.
Oxor says, me too. I also like rubies. Ooh, we should probably get going, right? Oh yeah, I don't want to be in here for too long. And he points, Rook points in this direction. He says, there are some unsavory types just that way, so we should probably move on. And he starts walking up the steps here.
Give Lucy some slaps to get her to go up the stairs.
She was paying attention to Hum's ruby, and was sort of leering at it like a dog. But then when you give her the slap, she starts moving. And you can see standing in front of this, standing in front of something. You can't really see what it is from there because of how angles work. But there are two air elemental myrmidons standing at attention, and their attention shifts to you when you get within their line of sight. Yeah, probably gonna have to just deal with those guys quickly.
I'm ready if you are.
I make some finger guns
Let's
and
do
like
this.
blow on the end of them.
Rook kind of slips into the wall.
Tobias Bacon dashing forward.
All right, you make it to there. Roll initiative. What? Hello? I'll have to refresh Roll20. I did something I didn't mean to do. I pulled the chat log out of the window. That was weird. Okay. Yeah. Alright, music. We're just gonna go for battle themes, because that is nice and safe. What the? Cool. Great. So, sort this. Hum, you are first. I assume you're mounted on Lucy.
I am,
Alright.
but I don't think I'm going to move very much.
Okay.
I'm going to slide down off of Lucy, and I'm going to pull out my crossbow. which I haven't done in a long time.
You haven't. That's a hit. You're going for this one? For 7 damage. Is there anything attached to that?
No.
Okay. Well, the attack strikes the Myrmidon and kind of dents its armor. And in response, it's gonna head your way. Yeah, and it's going to it has a flail that's sort of actually, I have art of this guy, don't I? Bang! An air elemental Myrmidon that has a wicked-looking flail, and as it moves toward you, the flail starts to crackle with lightning energy. And it's gonna try to hit Hum. Oh!
Look at that crit damage.
That's not good, because the crit damage, well, it has a little thing that adds another 4d8, and it crit.
Oh no.
Yeah. That on top of it.
Oh,
That's lightning damage.
Okay.
How's Hum doing?
She's fine.
Okay, we'll make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You're stunned until the end of the Myrmidon's next turn.
No kidding.
Oxor. Oh shit! And he runs up and sort of like gets between Hum and the Myrmidon and is going to start wailing into the Myrmidon. And I think this is just normal attack, so wow. 16 misses the 22 hits, dealing 18 damage. And you watch as the sword flashes and like turns to solid light as it just sort of passes through the armor of the Myrmidon, but you can see like it damages the creature within. Vox, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to run up to that guy.
Okay.
I'm going to imagine run, jump onto Lucy, and then as I'm jumping off the Lucy, I'm going to come down on that guy with the sword.
All right.
So it's out of nowhere.
You will get sneak attack for sure.
And I hit advantage.
What was that?
I remember something about advantage when
He just acted, so you don't get advantage. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. For assassinate?
It's first round. If you act before them, you get advantage, I think.
Yeah, he just acted, so you don't get advantage.
You technically have it on the one in the back, maybe.
Yeah, you could maybe
I'm reading something else. Okay, scratch that.
you could rogue dash if you wanted. You really would be coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. You whip around. Sounds great. That is a hit. And you're using the short sword?
Yeah.
Okay. As you make a solid hit and you drive the sword through that ornate armor, but you realize that it's not doing as much damage as you might hope. Roll a sneak attack. That is unfortunately half damage. That was a good sneak attack roll, though. Alright, Tadias.
Alright, let's get chopping. Let's do res on the one in front of me.
Alright. That's a hit. That's
Ow.
9 damage.
Dos.
Ho ho! For 11.
Many pokies. Bonus action. Exploit the weakness.
That's a miss.
Sorry, improvise.
Whoa.
Sorry, I hit over one of my speakers. We're going to improvise and roll it again. That's going to miss.
That still misses. Alright.
That'll be turn just sticking right in front of him.
The Myrmidon slowly cranes its head, looking at Vox with her sword embedded in its armor. And it rears back its flail and it lights up with lightning energy. And it hits.
Ooh, yep.
Dealing that much and an additional 20 lightning damage. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Alright, you save, you're not stunned.
Sorry.
Oh no, we read right to left, it's fine. That's it for that elemental.
I
Delia.
forgot to roll for Lucy.
Oh,
I will roll for her.
okay.
I am gonna move over here, and we will cast Lightning Bolt.
Ho ho. Cool. Zappity zap zap.
Nice.
31 damage, 2 dex saves, 1, 2. Both fail. However, you do notice that they seem to be quite resistant to it as it just washes over them.
Figured as much.
Alright. You're stunned. Oxor is going to take his turn to Hum and do that. Heal her for... Ooh. Ignore that radiant damage. That's from a macro that shouldn't be affecting that. 18 health. That's Oxor's turn. The Myrmidon is going to turn to Tadias and try to do a thing. Oh no, it can.
Well, it has to attack me, right?
Its ability recharged.
Gotcha.
So it rears back with its flail that crackles with lightning energy. 10.
I make it miss automatically.
Oh, it misses no matter what. It
Yeah.
just-
And it's going to be pushed back or something? I forget how my new gust armor works. Let me look it up.
Oh yeah,
I
the
think
gust
it's a
armor.
save. Bun. Where are you, gust armor? There you are. So in the new upgrade, it makes a DC 15 strength save.
Ooh, alright. It saves.
Cool. So then it does nothing but miss the attack. That's
So the flail, the gust armor activates and blows a mighty gust of air that just crashes into the head of the flail, and it just kind of, the chain wobbles, and then the head of the flail just thumps to the ground, and the lightning discharges harmlessly into the stone. All right, Darius, it's your turn again.
chop, chop, chop. Improvise. Down to 1. Hey!
Oh, no.
We did it. So, knowing that, do we want to get fun? And they're flying?
They're not flying. They're on the ground. I mean, yeah, they're flying, but no.
I'm going to hit them with an improvised weapon. I'm going to grab my grappling hook and I'm kind of just going to chink them in the gut and try to hook it onto their chest.
Okay. Okay.
If I use an improvised weapon, where is the button? There you are.
Wow.
No.
I think I'm just gonna sit here.
It the flail it fell to the ground, but as you're trying to slash at it with Rezier and then come at it with the grappling hook, it kind of expertly moves the chain and just kind of it just whips it in just the right way to catch Rezier off once, twice, and then the grappling hook again. It just is deflecting each of these blows expertly. Boy, what a turn, Vox. You stand mano a mano with this guy.
I'm gonna take my dagger and give her back.
Okay.
What's that?
That's a hit. For some damage. 11. Not bad. Lucy joins the fray.
Lucy is going to step over a stunned Hum, which I know she's not stunned anymore, but she steps over her and bites the guy.
All right. Yeah, that hits. So as the Myrmidon is expertly turning away all of Tadias' attacks, Lucy just comes in and just crunches into his armor. Unfortunately, it's not magical.
And then And then she has to step around to the other side and steps around and stands there looking menacingly at them.
All right. Vox, being very brave, does not recharge its ability. Just starts to spin its flail around super quickly, and this time it gets 3 flail attacks that don't do anything extra. 1, 2, 3. Wow, you're lucky that the thing didn't recharge. That's a lot of damage. Let me add it up for you. What the? Keyboard, what are you doing? Alright.
Can I use
Can you use what?
cunning action?
Cunning action, not off your turn.
Oh, okay, I think I was reading it wrong.
So it just slams into...
You might be thinking of the uncanny dodge.
Yes, you can use Uncanny Dodge. In fact, I recommend it for that one,
Yes.
that 18, to turn it into, to turn that 18 into a 9. So that you would only take... Math's hard, you guys. 26 damage instead.
Better.
Alright, that's its turn. Delia.
Alright, I'm gonna firebolt the one fighting with Vox.
Alrighty. That's a hit. Ooh, 25 damage. Nice. Alright. You're no longer stunned. You're hurt pretty bad, though.
Hum is going to just pull out her rapier and she's going to stab him. Ooh,
Oh, the pointy end does not do the job.
it does not.
That is unfortunate.
She is going to use her vicious mockery ring and mock him viciously.
Fails to save, takes 7 psychic damage.
Tells him he's no better than a fart.
Haha! Oxor is going to turn around and hail with Skan Bavara. Once, twice. Misses the other time. Is going to deal... 17 damage. And that's his turn. Myrmidon is going to turn to Oxor and attack him. Nope. So flail, flail, flail. It hits once. So it with the storm of flail strikes, Oxor brings up the Targe of Torlir and bang! It hits so hard that it causes Oxor to sort of lurch back a bit, and the Myrmidon takes this opportunity and lunges with another swing of the flail, and it just catches Oxor with a glancing blow. And then he brings up that shield again and drives back that advance. Tadias, it's your turn.
Let's see. Do we roll ones again? Hey!
That's a hit. For 10.
Let's go for take 2.
Razier cuts through silently, and the armor clatters to the ground as the Myrmidon, its body, is destroyed.
Bonus action dash and kind of just like rip off. Holy hell. Is this like a big hole?
What was that?
Is this a big hole over here?
It's a big hole, and you see stairs that lead into
Let
it.
me get right here. And you see him kind of push his shield up as if he's going to shove the armor into the hole next.
Okay. Vox,
That's turn.
you have an ally. You have sneak attack. What do you do?
I'm gonna stab him with that dagger again.
All right. The curse extends to you as Tadias stands next to you. I'm very sorry.
Can I take a bonus action?
You can take a bonus action.
I'm gonna get the hell out of there.
All right.
Dodge.
Disengage. Rook kind of like peeks his head out of the wall and says, "Damn, you took a really big hit." Lucy, it's your turn. Her turn.
Lucy is going to come over and, well, she's going to do a running leap onto this guy.
All right. That's going to be a save of his choice. So he's going to do strength for sure. He does not succeed. He takes all that. Crunch. And the Myrmidon brings up his flail and begins to attack Lucy. Whack. Ooh. Whack. Whack. I think all of those hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, they do.
All right, Delia.
We're gonna pew pew.
That's another hit. You rolled a 23 both times for 18 damage. All right, Hum.
Hum is going to run forward, seeing Lucy get hurt, and she is going to shoot some magic missiles at him. She's going to shoot 2 charges.
2 charges. All right. That's 4 darts. So 4 times 4 is 16. And the darts strike at the Myrmidon and crunch, 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 crunch into the armor, and it just sort of, the air leaks out and the armor just falls down. And you're out of initiative. Rook pops out of the wall and says, "Okay, pretty sure it's down that way. We should probably get going now, before more of those guys show up." He gestures to the stairs here.
I'm
Follow
inclined
her.
to agree.
All right, let's go.
Let's move.
So the excavators head down these stairs into this darkness, and you're reminded of the first time you went down these stairs back in the Earth Temple where it led into here from before. And it turns into a dark, winding path. Who's in front?
Looks
I
like
imagine-
Vox.
No. All right, that works.
Oh, I wanted to be last. I'm not in good shape.
I was thinking it was going to be either me or Oxor.
Alright, then Tadias with Oxor right behind. And
Hum comes back and does a little healing magic on Vox.
Oxor is going to give 25 lay on hands to Hum.
Thank
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Oxor.
No problem, he says. So, you find yourselves at a dark door. And there appears to be a latch that allows it to open from the inside, and all around you is still this weird, sort of oppressive darkness.
Can we unlatch the door?
You try.
I'll sort of push my way like through Oxor and Tadias's legs and open up the door.
Alright, you click the door and it opens, and you are met with... Actually, let me see if I can give this some color. Oh. You open the door, and what's before Tadias and Oxor is, for Tadias, a somewhat familiar sight, but less gruesome than he might have remembered. The two walls of this chamber have frescoes. One that depicts what he recognizes as the creation of dwarves by Moradin, and the other a massive battle between orcs and dwarves. And before him he sees a altar in the shape of an anvil. The room is cleaned and immaculate, other than the chips and wear on the frescoes due to time. And standing near the other side of the room, where there's another doorway, are two Kenku. And they gasp and Rah! And you hear one of them open their beak and say, "Come get me if anything comes through that door." And then the other one says, "Thank you." And then they look at you. And that is where we'll end the session today. Well, thanks for watching, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
Thanks for the session.
Sick, Mike.
You're welcome.